welcome to Math Night.
Hi everyone, welcome to Math Night. I'm
Hi.
Mrs. Wright,
I'm Miss Walker. We teach second grade here at Mount Hope.
and we're here to share 2 math games with you that will be a lot of fun to practice some of the skills.
The first thing is you should have got either one of these bags. It's a yellow bag with stars on it, or a clear bag with like a red workbook in it. So first I'm going to go through the yellow bag. The yellow bag has a dry erase marker. You have these Ladybug playing mats. You have a place value playing mat. This one has fractions on it, so if you want more of a challenge. Equation station. Purchasing present, so this one's all about money. This is your story problem math journal. There is place value cards. Again, if you want to challenge, because these are big numbers, it goes into the thousands and 10,000s. Then you have an odd and even spin mat, and on the back of that, you have a spin and solve mat. All of these are dry erase, so you can use your marker on them and then just erase them and replay them. So the first game that Miss Wright and I are going to show you is the Ladybug memory match. So for this game,
I think the cards fell.
Yes, they did. Let me grab them. For this game, you have Ladybug cards in this cool little case. So if you open it up, the cards are color-coded, and the colors correspond to the mat that you're playing with. So for example, if you're playing with the purple mat, you would use the purple cards. So you take the cards in your mat, and you lay them out in an array, like out in front of you, like you're going to play memory. And the goal is to match, your cards want to match the numbers on the Ladybug leaves. And then your partner is going to pick another color. So Miss Wright will play with blue. And Miss Wright will take the blue cards, and she will try to find matches for her mat. So we would take turns flipping over the cards to get a match. So I didn't get a match. 8 plus 1 and 5 plus 0, they don't equal each other. So then it would be Miss Wright's turn.
Okay, and I got 0 plus 3 and 2 plus 6. They don't match. So when you don't get a match, you put them back on the table exactly where you pulled them up. It's sort of like the game memory.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep going until all your cards are matched.
So here would be a match. And then you would take your match and you would set it on the number that they equal. And then whoever finishes all their cards, runs out of cards, that's who wins. Okay, so that one's really fun to play.
This is a really good one for practicing making a 10.
Mm-hmm.
What we're seeing right now in second grade is everybody wants to count all. So we're encouraging them to start on the biggest number and then count on. Or look at the 2 digits, the 2 add-ins, and say which one's closer to 10, by how much. Take some from the second add-in, add it to the first to make that 10, and then you add the rest in. So that's just a little strategy you can use to practice.
Yep. And this is a 3-player game, so you can play up to 3 players. Or you could just do it by yourself if you wanted extra practice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next bag is the clear white bag like this. And inside that bag, you have another bag. We have in there number cards. You have 10-sided dice. You have 2 dry erase markers. This is when a game asks for a timer, they're talking about the sand timer. Mm-hmm. You have your pawns or your game pieces.
Just your little game pieces.
This is a little handy bag for your 10-sided dice. And then the spinner that you need to attach to the game board. So I'm going to show you how to do that.
Here is your game board. And if you notice in the middle, that's the little hole where you put the game board spinner piece in there.
So the spinner, you pull it apart into 2 pieces. You want to put the base underneath. And then you're going to snap the spinner part on top, just like that. And you test it out. You want to make sure it spins freely. It should be above like that. Okay. So for the game that I'm going to show you, you're going to need the game board. The next thing that's in there is an activity book. Okay. And you have these are a challenge because we haven't hit some of this yet in second grade. Practicing on the number line. Some of the games require that. There's a game called Buttons in a Box where you're multiplying. Again, that's end of second grade. Beat the Parents. These are higher numbers where you're adding 2 and 3 digit numbers together. You can make this lower level by adding 2 and 2. So there's a couple of those. These are set up for 2-player games. Those are in the book, and they'll show you. They'll tell you how to play it.
Yeah, and the book gives you the materials that you need for each game.
So we're going to play the game called Number Detective, and it's just like that game called Headbands. You know, where one person puts the card on the head, and the other players are trying to give them clues to figure out what it is. So on this game, you will need your game board. You will need your little pawns or player pieces, and you're going to need your number cards. Get those out. Okay. So you want to put your players on start. Okay.
So
You want to shuffle.
Start is a little green triangle down here.
Okay. You want to shuffle your cards. I kind of shuffled mine already. Okay. Player 1 is going to draw a card from the stack and say the number out loud. 8. Player 2 is going to take a card and put it on their forehead. Okay.
I'll show you the card.
Player 1 is silently going to look at the 2 cards and call out the equation. 17. So 8 plus what equals 17?
9.
9. Nice. So if player 2 gets it, they get to keep it, and they get to move that number on the board. So it says,
spin.
so you figure out, and at the end of each round, you place the used cards in the discard pile. So you want to move that many spaces indicated. So spin it. You have to have it flat. Yeah, there you go.
4.
So you get to move 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I landed on a red space.
And then you make a discard pile, and then you do it again. So now it would switch. She would pull a card, and then I would do the one on the forehead. So it's very similar. Again, we're using the strategy of make a 10. We're also thinking about how to look at the higher number and count on. So if she didn't know the 9, but she knew the 8, and she's saying 17, what could I add to 8 to get to the 10? And then from there, count on. And that's when she was able to tell me what it was. So just a little quick strategy. We hope you enjoy these games. They're a lot of fun. Most of them are 2 and 3 player games. Some you can play by yourself, but it's a great way to practice. So have a wonderful math night. Bye.